let's do it. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Good.
That's Eddie Shafer. This is our episode 6. Episode 6. What are some good episode 6s? I know there's a Star Wars episode. There's Fast and Furious has. I'm sure they have an episode 6. The Bulls won 6 championships. That's episode 6, right? That's 6 episodes.
Yeah, and I've just been watching that series.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The Last Dance.
Last Dance, which is a great title. Beautiful. Yeah. I found myself crying at some point. I'm like, when Jordan, should I give it away? Because it's like, it's it's like reading an encyclopedia.
No spoilers.
When he's holding on, and because it's his dad's birthday, it's anniversary.
Oh yeah. The 4th title.
He holds it together and kicks ass, and then just breaks down, bawling like a baby. I was like, ah! I was feeling that shit.
Yeah, it's been a great documentary. There were some parts of it where I'm kind of rolling my eyes. I'm just like, all right, we get it. Another blowjob for Jordan. But, it's warranted, right? Because he really turned around that franchise.
Or Pippen's a dick. Like, for real.
Yeah. Well, as someone who's met Scottie Pippen, I can attest that I'm not sure if he's a dick or not. I can't tell. I only met him for like 2 seconds.
Well, a cat that I knew that I went to college with. Well, I guess he was part of a lead of a particular group, and I was in student politics at the time, so he was sort of overseeing that whole, part of the arts, and he handles all the groups. Anyway, I don't know what his title was. He'd met Scottie Pippen. He's a Chicagoan, like his dad's a cop, like he's like Chicago to the core, so he's all about the Bulls. He goes, man, I met Scottie. He's like, hey, really big fan. I really hate to trouble you, but I love your autograph, bro. I literally does all this, very genuine. It's like man to man. It's not like he's some kid like, shine my spoon. But Scottie was like, blew him off.
Dang.
So yeah, it crushed him. So
wow.
So Scottie's got his like dick reputation on point, man.
Oh,
well, see, with your friend there. Now, I'm not sure how old your friend was. I'm guessing he was in college, but in my experience, like just meeting like some athletes, I think it seems like they'd rather have like a conversation, or like maybe you say something to them and they reply back. Right. Because asking for an autograph, I'm guessing they're expecting people to ask that all day. So used to that for what, like 40 years now, I'm guessing.
Well, hey, it comes to the cost of admission. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I mean, and, so some of it's, you can just be really quick. I mean, if it was like a selfie, I wonder what it would be like if it was just like, hey, can I just quickly, or maybe you get the selfie as you're asking him. Yeah. Like, you don't have to like actually physically, you can just get the selfie as you're about to ask him. He says, no, it's too late. You already got the selfie.
Well, there's either that or there's like heads up, you know what I mean? It probably has the same kind of panic reaction as someone who is going to come up and roll up on you.
Yeah.
I think a selfie would be safer. Obviously, like, hey, I'm coming in with a selfie stick. Nothing other than that.
Just walk past him, yeah.
Yeah, I'd hate to do that to a personality who's already on edge. You don't know what. I mean, I'm just speaking because I'm fucking world famous, so I totally know. Yeah. And I'm very lucky to have me on right now. I was very lucky to be able to carve out some time from my very busy schedule to do this.
Yeah. I mean, you need to keep raising your platform if you're like one of the most famous people ever. When you're coming on, I mean, it's really great that you came here because this podcast is literally nothing, So to have like you being the most famous person.
Well, thank you. But as big as I am, I leave no stone unturned. I very as famous as I've become, I'm very grounded by my own guilt. So
it's giving back to the people. You gotta love it.
Gotta give it back, especially in these trying times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Giving back to the people who are in the hardest time of the year.
For real. No one's getting ass. Just fucking smoking weed, self-medicating, and giving yourself self-love. It's very old. So by the time you see a real body, you're like, she's only 16. Run away.
Oh man, you crazy, bro. Hey, but I was gonna tell you.
Gotta stop hanging around those high schools.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
They're traps.
it's different in the water these days. But I don't have R. Kelly disease. I'm okay.
right. I was gonna say, actually, I got a lot of people back in Chicago that worked at the airport, and they all said that when they met Pippin, they said, "Man, this guy would never tip," so they started to call him Pimpin, no
Yeah.
tipping.
No tipping,
That's
Pippin. That's
no
the
tipping. Yeah,
legend.
Yeah,
The
right.
legend of Scottie Pippen.
That will outlive him.
Oh yeah, for sure,
It's
hands
better
down,
than
man.
a brand.
That's gonna be the new verb. Don't pippin me.
Right,
Are you pipping me right now, bitch?
Yeah.
right.
Pipping me? I'm surprised no one's
Man.
used that phrase.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what's up, or
That's
I
crazy.
mean, if
But
you just
thank
think
you.
of I don't know if you guys have been like delivery drivers or anything, but
oh yeah.
in my experience, doctors do not tip. Doctors are
Ooh.
pippins.
Oh man.
Doctors
Or like
do
nurses,
very
even nurses. I commend
Even
all that they
nurses?
do. Yeah,
No.
yeah. I mean, just anyone at a hospital.
Nurses have definitely been cool. Well, then I've been working as a rideshare driver.
I've done that too.
Yeah, I've done every menial labor job you can think of.
Yeah.
Enough to go that enough at my ripe young age to go. I'm never cleaning a toilet again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm never washing some motherfucker's floor.
Right.
I'm not, because I'm smart. I'm like, time for college, bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I've seen people stress out like young cats, and I'll turn to them and go, "Hey, thinking about college right about now?" Like every time I'll drop that line, they're like, "Yes, dude, yes." I go, "Get your ass into school, so you don't have to do this shit for another 5, bro, because this ain't you."
Man.
All jobs are relevant. I'm going on record as saying I have no attitude, like a hierarchy. I just know what's not worthy of me, where in the work that I've done to do better for myself. But all work is relevant. I give props to the custodial engineer, like I give props to a person like, I'm just in finance. Well, you're not just talk to me about what you do. What's your focus? I'm like, I find that kind of interesting. There's aspects to everyone's job that's fascinating, and I think do interconnect. I think if we, a lot of people got their head up their ass, they're on some hierarchy shit. We're seeing that now. We're seeing about people, whose buttholes are all hurt because suddenly, oh, my way of life isn't the way of life that's going to be perpetuated anymore. I'm not going to be supported anymore in my power struggle. It's like, well, no, because there's going to be inequality of power that's being worked on right now, and it's happening by force, peacefully, now, by the right people now. But there's a lot of saboteurs in the mix. There's a lot of people posing as allies, posing as police that are white supremacists. Shit's documented. Motherfucker with a knee on the neck, what's his background? He's got a laundry list of just bad shit. I don't know the proper term right now, but he has a laundry list of that. And then him and Floyd also work together. I don't know if you heard this. They work together as security guards.
We were talking about this a couple weeks ago on this podcast.
Floyd would call this piece of shit out. I'm just going to call it for what it is.
So they did know each other before.
Yeah, which is really...
So that's what we were wondering before, because we knew that they were in the same circles.
Yeah, which makes it premeditated, man. Like that's
exactly. Yeah, first degree.
Devious.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, bro.
It's
that's
crazy as shit. And get 3 of your boys to lock them down with your knees while the Asian dude stands there confused at some point, going, "Am I supposed to be here?" They're all just trouble. It was bad news, and I mean, I don't know about complete defunding. I understand kids wanting to take the cops out because the cops aren't focusing on the people that could be perpetrating the students in school. They're focusing on the students in school that are trying to learn and just being kids and wise asses. And, there's going to be a couple of goofs that are going to be who they are because they're teenagers, but that's turned into like misdemeanor or, first degree, yada, that's not how you should be teaching. So I think I understand and can agree with that. I don't know if complete defunding is the way. I don't know if like a lack of chokeholds is the key. Because if I were a good cop and I needed to like subdue someone, just make them
You wouldn't
pass
even think
out.
about that, yeah.
I'd be like, okay, you're passing out now because you're not complying, and I'm being cool as fuck. So night. You wake up with your cuffs like, oh, I'm alive, but goddamn. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have fucking barked off like that before. But the training and the cowardice of some of these police officers is so overwrought that like this wide swath, this wide swath. Boy, that was a dyslexic sentence.
You're good, man. You're good, brother.
Sorry, you're so famous. Sorry.
The wide fucking swath of change is now happening as a result of so many infractions from so many officers that are triggered, overworked.
And then just nonstop watching the videos of the cops just getting beat the fuck out of, you know?
Right, it's crazy.
That's all they do all day, it seems like.
That's just malicious, hateful, and you can't tell if they're supporting the Confederacy or not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, honestly, it's like,
yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, like, on the surface, it's just looking like it's just a step barely above the Confederacy, you know? You know, if you're walking on like these little steps, you know, if you're walking even at like a stadium, there's like little bleachers. It's like the next step from the Confederacy is just the modern day policing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, you know, I want to thank you again, Eddie, for coming. This is our.
Is it over? Actually,
no, it's not over. I just wanted to give. Like a little quick. Statement. No, you're good. Basically, I want to let the audience know that, you know, Eddie. I haven't seen Eddie for probably I haven't seen him for more than 7 years, most likely.
It feels going on a decade. Yeah.
Right. It does feel like a long time, and honestly, it's nice to have you back. And I remember the first time I met you, it was when you were, you know, the radio host for 88.3 FM. So it's you know, it's a privilege that we got you back, you know, here live. And you know, I want to, you know, ask you real quick, you know, what's been new with you, what you're doing now, and you know, let the audience know a little bit about yourself, Eddie. You know, that they don't know, because you know you're a star today. So you know what I'm saying.
He was a star before this.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you, gentlemen, both for getting me on here. And Hami, where are you residing? Are you in Vegas as well?
No. I'm in the suburbs of Chicago in Westmont, Illinois. Okay, I'm in a comfy place right here in my parents' basement, and nice. I'm living at home. So things have been pretty good. I've just been quarantined. Not completely. I've been going to the park and stuff like that. I mean, I'm still playing basketball and that kind of thing. Right. But I'm not going to any restaurants or anything. I'm not trying to go to the grocery store more than once a week.
I'm trying to do my best to take more shits in public.
Yeah. I'm trying to lick every doorknob out there.
You want to cause more chaos? I'm kidding. That's ridiculous. Okay, that's the bluest joke you'll get tonight. Anyway, what I've been doing, let's start there. Thank you, gentlemen, again for having me on. So for the general audience, what's the name of this show, by the way?
The Outlet to Reality, or also the Quarantine Session. So we have like
or
a big
Dear
title.
Diary, if you so choose.
I like the quarantine sessions are a good subtitle, I suppose.
Yeah.
I like them.
That was the original title.
Nice.
Because it was the start of the quarantine.
Right. Okay. So this was born due to the quarantine.
Yeah, this is a quarantine baby.
So this is the first. So what? This is episode 6. You said, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. 6, baby. Okay. So what's been happening? I'm going to start from the very beginning today. So there's a gentleman that I know. We're acquaintances, but he wants to stay for a week because he's not even explaining why, and he wants to hang out in my. It's kind of a dinky studio apartment. And I'm just like, let me give you a call back. I gotta think about this. I can give you $100 today, but I'm in Wisconsin right now, Michigan, coming back, and I'm like, this is just wrought with disaster already for a week. Like worst case scenario, I'm thinking he's like on the dole, very desperate. I've got musical instruments in my fucking house. Like, I don't want to see him disappear. So, I mean, I want to help them, but I can't guarantee a week. So that's today. All right. So I got to like call them and talk to them about that some more when we're done. Or just basically tell them absolutely not. And think of a really good reason to let them down. But I'm a nice guy, and that's kind of what I do. But time goes on and things. Anyway, you got to make better life choices, is what I'm saying. So I'm still on the radio. I'm still doing 88.3 FM, but because of the quarantine, we have not been allowed to go back. Now we're getting word that we're going to be able to go back very soon and get back in rotation. Now, what I do on 88.3 FM, I was on Monday nights, and I'm an on-air DJ, and I've been actually spinning vinyl, CDs, we got cassette tapes. We do a lot of public service announcements as well. So we've been hipping audiences to, local government stuff, things that are happening in colleges, any rallies that are going on, politics, adoption, pet centers, cool shit, you know what I mean? And, so we do quarterly issues. So we have to do like academic material I think it's a way to validate our existence being a radio station in a place of
college,
learning.
Yeah.
So that's something that it seems like that's a constant battle with radio and colleges, or just having your own. So I'll be going back to that pretty soon. It looks like I'll probably be on Thursdays. I don't want to do Mondays because I became a social worker over a year ago. I'm working with Lutheran. Yeah, I'm working with Lutheran Social Services of Illinois. So beyond the other things that I've been doing throughout my life, now I have social work as a tool on the old tool belt. I'm working with mental health. They're in a program called Colbert, COLBERT.
I thought you said COVID.
No, not Kobe. I mean, if it was his foundation, that'd be great. But no, it was made way beyond. I think it might have been made before his career in basketball. R.I.P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a program that is state funded in Illinois, and it takes people from nursing homes and gives them housing. We have our own like Walmart cards for them, personal accounts, so we could furnish their apartments. We get them medication compliance, psychiatric care, physician care. They get Social Security income. We've now developed a debit card system for them where all their Social Security funds go on week to week, so we don't have to give them a check, take them to the currency exchange. They can just use the debit card. It's a brilliant idea. And we just give them medication. I have a client who's actually said, I do not want to do pharmaceutical medication. Everybody thinks that she's going to be going right back to the nursing home, but I actually researched. It's making me smarter to do this job and helping people and becoming a little bit more competent at how to provide resources and keep the flow of money coming to them and their entitlement, their Social Security benefits, their Medicare and Medicaid benefits for discounts at hospitals. So it's something we constantly, sometimes we're just like constantly, we're constantly redetermining their status with DHS or with Social Security. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. And there's little tricks to, like, they have spend downs, like you have a $220 spend down, so your insurance is no good. And a solution to that is just getting them a home health worker that kind of balances the cost of the spend down, and then suddenly their services are back. It's really strange, dude. Like, I don't even have it all together myself. I could never be a supervisor. Well, I won't say never, but it's a lot of minutia, a lot of details. So doing that, social worker. I've been a musician forever. That was my first love. I was in a band called Foo in the 90s, and we did a lot of original material. We were a three-piece. I'm guitar player, singer, front man. I had a lot of hair, way sexier back then. And I played hundreds and hundreds of shows since high school. So that's no strange thing to me, and that's been great, a privilege. I had two really good bands, and then, things fell apart as dysfunctional brothers do. in an artistic setting. But no regrets. A lot of put out a lot of studio work, did a lot of live performances, so the creative juices are there. And then in the interim, I became a massage therapist, and I did that for 10 years. Then I decided to go back to college at 40. So I'm all right. Full reveal. I'm 48 and a half. I know I'm stunning. I know it's
no, but you look young, to be honest. I don't know.
You do look very young, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I feel, you know what, dude? I mean, what, in a year and a half, I'll be 50? I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to feel like. I'll never know what that's supposed to feel like.
Hey, me either, man.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you young bucks, what are you, like a ripe 26, both of you?
Yeah, I'm 27, about to be 28, and
I'm 25,
like, so he's young. He's a young bird.
Dave's trying to make himself like, well, I'm about to be 28 to 29 later. I'll be 30.
I'm 28 and a half.
Trying to make yourself older and shit. Like, you ain't got to do that. Embrace that. I'm talking about 27, 29, 30 very quick. Around the bend, 30, yeah. Coming up. Ladies, 30. So, yeah, dirty 30s. Look forward to that. Came to Chicago at 30, lost my goddamn mind. I was like, wow, I did not think I could get filthier than what I did. And I did.
But why you think I moved to Vegas? I had to leave all the stress, so I came to a different place, you know? But
yeah, I just, by no means it's done. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get to I got a question for you, Dave. Real quick. So how's it been since you've been there?
So to be honest,
why are you there?
So that's a good question. So honestly, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. So I felt like in my life back in Chicago wasn't really going anywhere. It was kind of staying stationary. And I feel like in life, you don't ever want to stay too comfortable because then you don't feel like you're growing or exceeding in life. So I felt like, you know what? I need something better. I need a new job, a new life, a new start. So I decided I want to go to Vegas. Let me book a trip. I went there for a week, tested out. I love the clubs out there. I love that everything's 24 hours, even the grocery store. Can't go wrong with milk in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Getting your free cookies. So I was like, man, I got to go. And so when I liked it, I checked the apartments. I came back here in Chicago. I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself 2 months. If I don't find a job in 2 months, I'm not moving. Check this out. My professor back in, NEIU, Northeastern, I bump into her and she said to me, hey, David, how's it going? I said, I'm great. I'm thinking about moving to Vegas. And she literally said the 2 magic words, do you want a job in Vegas? I said, what? She's like, I have my sister. She works for a corporate, a company out there, and I could get you the job. Do you want the job? And I said, hands down, like, how much we talking? So she sent, next I got the interview in 2 days. I already, packed my stuff and I already moved. And the crazy thing is, it was a 36-hour drive. And I love there's no state tax here. So my check is bigger than ever. I went to Burger King. Check this out. Order 3 Whoppers, 3 fries, 3 drinks. And actually, I take it back. It was 4 Whoppers, 3 fries, 2 drinks for $12. Tell me that ain't a good deal.
Oh, wow.
That's great. But why aren't you going Del Taco crazy right now, man? Or fucking In-N-Out?
Dude, In-N-Out, hands down, the best burgers I've ever tried, especially with their secret sauce. It just makes my...
Yeah, I'm like, I think it's the sauce. But some of my friends are like, overrated. I'm like, no, it's pretty dope though. I mean, it's not the best, but it's one of the.
It's great for its price.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun place to eat, and everybody's psyched to be working there, dude. Like everyone's I'm in the West Coast.
Right, and also like, but one thing about for sure. I was gonna say one thing I noticed too is that, with everything with the shutdown with Vegas, so I moved in on like the end of January. And I didn't start working like till the beginning of February. And the moment March hit, we had the shutdown. So I wasn't working for like a good 8 weeks. And honestly, it was kind of hard, but the good thing is that Vegas was actually the last state to start the shutdown, and we had the less like I'm trying to say the right word, like the lowest rate of deaths when it came down to COVID-19. So that was pretty good.
That's
So it
great.
was like it was good that I moved over here, because in Illinois right now it's so bad. It's like over 1,000. I forgot how many people are dying from COVID-19. So it's like good thing I moved before things were getting rough. Even with the riots. Speaking back earlier today with the conversation, everybody had the riot going on and the looting like 2 weeks ago, and we just started last Monday. So it was a really, it's kind of good that Vegas, I always look at it like Marvel. So I feel like Vegas with the time stone, I don't know if you guys saw Infinity War, but the time stone, you could go back in time, and Vegas is 2 hours behind Chicago. So
Right.
we're like behind of everything. If something happens, we'll be the last one to hit it. So that's the positive side.
Yeah. What are you doing for work though? Burger King?
No, man, I wish Taco Bell all day. That's
Hell yeah. Taco, man.
Loyal man right there.
That's a good one. No, right now I work for Enterprise right now, the rental car.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I love it. I love the pay. I love the people there. And it's really nice. I feel like it's close to my house, and it's just like I feel like it's crazy how life works. I said to myself, I want to work in a place where I could have gain connections. That's my goal, and build new networking and stuff like that. Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest. All of us were graduates, right, from
Yeah.
college. And one of the biggest lies that we were taught as kids was that if you go to college, you're going to get a job of your career. And that's not true.
Yeah.
I feel like, if for me personally, it's not about the education resource, my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
What I got out of it was basically personal relationships in college. And those personal relationships allow me to be where I am today. And for those people that have never been to college, right, it could either be helping you build a empire, a project, a YouTube video. I don't know. It could be a restaurant. It could be anything. But I feel like till this day, college did not prepare you the truth. Honestly, didn't prepare me how to save money. I had to read a couple books, try to, you just trial and error. But I feel like there's a lot of things, to look back. I learned a lot of stuff. If it wasn't for college, I went to meet Hami. Also, Hami, I met him at interesting enough, I met him at like a kind of like not a convention. It was like a
It was a job fair.
Job fair. There you go.
It was a
At
job
DePaul.
fair, yeah.
And
Nice.
I'm not lying to you. I went in there dressed up with a suit and tie, got my hair combed for the first time, and I'm smelling fresh. And I met Hami, and Hami and I, we were like eating like some samples they had, like, I think they had chicken and spicy barbecue, something. It was delicious. And I saw Hami sitting next to me, and I was like, man, this guy seems cool as hell. We're the only two brown people in the whole job fair. So I was like, yo,
yeah.
And I was like, I gotta talk to my brother. I know this is my
Yeah.
brother from another mother, and
Right.
we just clicked. And then I found out that my boy Hami, he was part of the Paul radio station, the radio host. So it's just so amazing how, that's how life is. You meet people, connect, and hopefully you could work something together, build something together. And that's what we're doing right now. We're colliding thoughts, and we're, sharing ideas. So that's what's going on with me. But yeah, Hami, you want to share a little bit about you, because Eddie doesn't know you so much when you used to work at the radio station at DePaul.
I mean, I did just like a normal, just so like a talk show, kind of like a variety type of show. I try to like I'd have like a sound effects thing, so I'd have like a studio audience with me.
Cool.
And then I'd also call like a bunch of basketball games, soccer games. I did public address announcing for like the DePaul like athletics, for like soccer, volleyball, that kind of thing. So I mostly did like a lot of sports. And we're gonna do like a game show, which will have some sports, but it won't be too challenging where you guys can't guess, make educated guesses
I think
or
half
something.
the fun is just watching me flounder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'll keep score and everything.
Cool.
But yeah, like, I'm right now, I mean, I worked like an office job, and then COVID happened. And then, just kind of like moving on to the next one. Just,
Getting paid still? Or
trying to cover like high school sports and stuff like that. What was that?
were you getting paid still, even though with the quarantine? Or no, it's not one of those jobs?
Like only like half of it, basically.
No.
I mean, I got laid off during like halfway through. But it was fine. It was just like a bit. I was literally the bottom of the bottom, So I was fine. I was like, I couldn't be too much. But yeah, like I'd like to work in more, do like more high school sports. There's a lot of Chicago basketball, high school basketball is probably like the best. So I'm trying to like get like involved with at least one of the schools there, maybe like in the West Side, and just like cover their games or something like that for the season.
Sure.
But that's the problem is that yeah, we might not even have like people going to games. We're not even gonna have games in general. So, yeah.
I know that Lightfoot and the governor actually really, and I think they've already put work into this, but there's a huge rec center in Pullman now. The really impoverished kind of Calumet southeast Chicago side, where houses you definitely can see, like Gary, are boarded up.
Right.
So there's this huge rec center that's multi-purpose, and so we'll see how that bodes with the community there. Obviously a lot of jobs. She's putting her money where her mouth is, man. So that's impressive to see. So maybe you can get out there.
Yeah.
If there's anything that starts popping off, starts getting notoriety, obviously. I mean, this is kind of a revolutionary change we're seeing in America and globally and spiritually as well. So you don't know where it's going to move you. David, I've considered Las Vegas. I have family there, and I'm ready for a reset button, man. I need to get out to the West Coast, best coast, baby. So I might be asking you some questions, son. Take one, pass it back.
I like that. Represent.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah, in case you guys don't know, that's his YouTube show, guys. YouTube it. Just look it up and watch it. Season 3 is going to come out sometime. I think this summer, probably.
You're still doing it.
Yeah, man. It's been 5.5 years.
It's funny. It's legit funny.
Yeah,
it's not just like, okay, here's like, a college student perpetually trying to be funny for 5 years and not ever making it. Like the first shits that I saw David, I'm like, I think this dude's onto something. I think he's going places.
Yeah.
And here you are at Vegas. I'm like, I bet you anything he's going to keep on doing his career, but now in a different location.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on. I mean, and David, you're telling me that is a perfect place for entertainment.
Oh yeah, really, like check this out. A lot of YouTubers are moving to Vegas now because some reason they just made a temporary law where in California YouTubers aren't allowed to make all of their profits from just YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like they have to have a regular job on the side, like an 8 to 5, to make up that extra income to kind of show proof that they're working. So that's why a lot of YouTubers are coming here in Vegas because it's like a lot cheaper. Like I said, no state tax. Wow. So they're coming here to actually continue making their money from YouTube. So it's a crazy how life is happening,
It's going to be some pretty revolutionary stuff happening there as far as entertainment and media. I mean, internet. I mean, if you've got an influx of people that just want to be full-time YouTubers and are talented enough to, I mean, obviously that's going to separate the herd. That's going to separate the cream from the crap, maybe. Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting to see how it happens. I mean, I don't know what any of this stuff looks like, man, in the future. I mean, obviously things in one aspect are moving along, or everything's moving along in a different direction. So it's being alive right now, shit keeps getting interesting, man. And here I am at a place in my life where I know I need to hit another level and level up and challenge myself. I got nothing holding me back. I got no kids. I'm not in a long-term relationship. I'm not in a relationship, I'm just lonely and jerking off. So that's not an issue. That's just me. It's quarantine life, son.
Hey man, I'm with you, bro. As long as you got the coconut lotion, you're good, man.
Quarantine life.
Every day, man. Every day.
Every damn day. Yeah. How do you make that sexy? You don't. It's just a loser. It's Loserville. So anyway, so that's very cool to hear, both of you guys. Well, Hami, yeah, I mean, all the best to you. You might end up moving out there too with Mr. Dave.
I would love to live in Nevada because I know people always say, you know, whenever it's cold here, people are always like, oh, I'm never gonna, you know, I'm gonna move out, you know, and then next warm day. But then, you know, during the summer, everyone's like, oh, this is great. You know, I love Chicago during the summer. It's great summer city. But yeah, I really am sick of like the snow mostly. Yeah. But again, you know, these are all just words. We'll see. You know, I was always interested in like that Southwest side anyway, you know, like Arizona, Nevada, what else? Colorado,
New Mexico, possibly Santa Fe.
Why not? You know? Yeah. It seems beautiful.
And as a social worker, I looked online and I'm like, one of the jobs I saw, I'm sure it's gone, but it was like they wanted a Navy social worker. I'm like, wow. Freaking right, dude. The military is out here. The Navy is out here.
That's amazing.
And like, you know, I'd be a vet. You know what I mean? That's pretty dope.
Yeah. People would be, they would be obligated to say thank you to you, and you didn't even really do anything other than be, you know, I mean, obviously being a social worker is very important work, but like you didn't go out in the front lines. Right,
but I'm around and I can identify, you know what I mean? Just like use what I have internally, you know, my spirit, you know, my goodwill, my intention, and my whatever else I have in my cabasa that's decent. And help people out, you know what I mean? If they're going to become future cops, maybe I can like have a dialogue with them, going like, "Where are you really at, though, son?"
Right.
I don't know. That dude, that's a whole nother culture. It's the Air Force. It's the Air Force, not the Navy. Sorry, Air Force, which makes more sense. So if there's opportunities like that, you know, I still want to get a master's. There's a really UNLV, man. I think that's a really good college out there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I actually saw it. Man, especially the woman.
Bro. I mean, yeah, don't get me started. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface of being out there. I got some family out there. They're already in the social work kind of healthcare scene. So I knew they could hook me up. And, you know, I think cost of living is cheaper there, but you still get a decent spot.
Look, I found I was going to tell, I found my apartment. You're not going to believe this. 1 bedroom, 2 closets, a private gym and a private pool and jacuzzi and a garage and storage for only $900 a month.
God.
Tell me you can't find that nowhere. And you got a
That's
private
amazing.
gate where nobody can come in because it's exclusive. Only the people that live there can get in there. So tell me that's not bad. You'll never find that in Chicago.
900 straight?
Yeah, 900 straight.
And then you got bills. So it's like $1,000 with bills.
Oh, right. But here's the thing. You don't have to pay for gas because everything's electric.
What?
Yeah, and it comes with a free modem. They already gave you a brand new modem. The moment you walk in, there's a modem right there waiting for you with a smile on your face.
Just in your complex, everything's electric.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, dude.
So I only pay honestly, I only pay like 3 bills. I'm gonna be honest. I only pay my gas. I mean my electric, my cable, and my insurance. That's it for my car.
Dude.
And
wait,
can't go wrong with that.
You have to do a city sticker out there for your car?
No. So check this out. I'm kind of smart. So technically, I'm supposed to change my sticker or whatever, or change the place in Nevada.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's like $215 to change the entire thing, like everything.
Like
so instead of doing, one time. But instead of doing that, this is what I did. I'm pretty smart. I already bought the sticker for 2 more years, the front sticker and the back sticker. So I'm ahead of the game. So I'm going to wait until those get expired until I renew it to Nevada plates or Nevada stickers, whatever you call them.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. So that's how you do it.
It's on the list, fellas. Back to me. So currently I'm preparing for a stand-up comedy performance by the end of July.
Oh,
that's awesome.
So with everything else,
5 minutes?
Yeah, no, 30.
30. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You're just jumping right into 30, or I'm
yeah,
guessing
I'm just gonna have my own half-hour comedy hour special after this shit.
I like that.
That's
not
amazing.
ever doing stand-up before. Like, I just naturally goof off, and then I get the flow of the conversation, and then kind of a comedic layer of funniness happens, you know, just naturally or organically. So I thought, well, how am I going to construct a set? You know, I'm not so, you know, I'm for the last 2 years, guys, I've been obsessed with comedy, and I still do music. I'm still in an acoustic duo called Meds, M-E-D-S, Mike and Ed, Meds.
Nice.
We've both been in residual bands in the 90s, and then a band in Chicago in the aughts, you know, like 2001 to like 2008, almost 10 years with that guy. So we were roommates, know each other very well, and we harmonize well. It's very seamless. So we'll continue to do that and create and hopefully perform more. But I've been as I've been a rideshare driver for the last 3 years, kind of like my side hustle, you know, like the job in the interim that I've been, you know, in between getting laid off and shit. So many people have been telling me like, yo, you're funny, you should do this shit. Or you got a great radio voice, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just riffing in the car. I find myself just being naturally funny. And after you hear people tell you the same thing over and over again, and people that are either in the industry or know about comedy or know about entertainment, you go, you know what? This might be another gift I'm sitting on that I don't even realize. So let me go and put my balls on the chopping block and just test the waters, because as we know, life could blow up tomorrow. So fucking go for it. And so before 50, I really want to have like a move, my master's, and I want to be kind of already in a routine of maybe this comedy thing, man, and keep that moving, because I just want to double down. Now that I'm literally like half dead, I want to double down on my life. I have to.
Yeah. Right.
It'd be a disservice to myself, and I would say the same thing to anybody else. Anybody who's got a dream and has not lost that dream of just kind of like reaching a national to global level on some level, it would just feel good for me. It's strictly for me. It's self-indulgent, but I love making people laugh, man. I love spreading joy. And I've been getting on Facebook arguments over recent shit, and I'm not good at it. I end up going, hey, sorry. You know what I mean? Like, I end up fucking apologizing when I shouldn't. And I think that one instance I can think of, it was a legit like, oh, well, that was stupid, but what I said was may have been over the top. So I'm just trying to focus on the things that I can change, and I'm doing that, and I don't need to teach anybody else how to act better than what they've been presenting themselves to be. But I am kind of ready to just draw a line in the sand and just double down in general on life. And I would say to anybody else who's like has strong convictions about who they are and what they want for their life, to just do it, you know, and hopefully it includes, it doesn't exclude, and it includes bringing people up and not separating yourself from other people. The only people I want to separate myself from are people that have just sucked my energy away and don't have any good intention for me, and or any good people around me. You know, I'm a very loyal person. I'm probably nice to a fault. I've had to learn to become more of an asshole, and I've embraced that more. And I think comedy is a perfect cathartic place for me to experiment and kind of be a little bit indulgent in that catharsis, but also make good comedy. And I really respect the art, and I've been studying a lot of comedians. And I just want to do right by the art of it. Whatever I'm doing, I want to compliment the art, whether it's playing music, whether it's doing comedy, whether it's broadcasting, podcasting. I want to do, you know, a podcast is also on my radar. Like, look, I ain't trying to be motherfucking broke at 70. Okay, so
Yeah.
however I can do within my power to motherfucking get some stacks, bitch. That's what I'm trying to fucking be about right now. But I want to do it. I want to be creative, and and I want to have fun and be entertaining at the same time. I want to put out good product, for Christ's sake. Like, yeah. I will say, I don't call myself this, but I will say I guess I'm an artist in the respect that I respect the art form enough to compliment and want to compliment the art form.
Yeah.
And try to be original, carve my own niche, and be myself. So I don't think I've really expressed it in that particular way to any group of people before like that. I think
that's a great goal to have. I mean, going for a half hour now, I imagine you're going to be doing some leading up to it, right? Or you're just going to go right into it? Okay, so you're going to go right into it.
Man, it was supposed
that's pretty terrifying.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm prepared to eat shit. I'm prepared to
exactly.
look like
you should.
A fucking idiot. Yeah, I'm totally prepared to have it go wrong. And I'll find that entertaining. I'm sick enough in the head I'll find something entertaining about this sort of, about anything that's just going to go south in this set. But I have been constructing a set, and some months went by. It was supposed to be months ago, and then things kept getting put off from COVID. And now it's like, oh, I literally have maybe a month. So I have an outline. I have some skit ideas. I know I'm going to be doing floor work. Or crowd work rather, or floor work. Maybe I'll break dance. Maybe I'll do some floor work. I don't know. But I'm prepared to do a lot of improv as well. So I'm excited, man. I haven't been excited about something artistically in a minute.
I got something to share real quick. So I used to do stand-up during college. I did it for 5.5 years for comedy sports. Yeah, that's where my comedy gets from.
I'm like, I think this guy is like a stand-up dude. Like, yeah.
So I did it for for a while, and one of the guys who was my mentor, his name was Jamie Campbell. I'll never forget him. He moved to Cali. He did commercials, like funny commercials for KFC, like really big ones. And he was seeing my craft. And back then, if you go to an open mic, they only give you the 3 to 5 minutes to do your stand-up, right?
Right.
Now here's a secret I'm going to share with you, Eddie. When they play a song before they call out your name, we have Eddie, and then they play a song while you're walking to the stage, right? I was so smart. I was like, man, when they play the song, it takes like 1.5 minutes for me to get to the stage, right? So before I go up, I'm just going to dance my ass like never before. So I told him to play some Spanish shit, right? Some bachata. And I went like, ding, 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 ding. I had like my little guitar, you know what I'm saying? I came in out of nowhere with my hat, and I came in and I started dancing by myself, right? It looked like I'm dancing with a broomstick. And I told everybody, what you just saw was bachata, not horchata. That was my hook. That was right there. That's where I broke it down.
Wow, interesting. Interesting intro, man.
Yeah, so I feel like what I learned is that use the time that you have. So when I know that I only had 1 minute and 15 seconds before they call my name, I was like, this is my moment to shine. You have to stand out than everybody else. So that's what I did. And here's interesting. What you're going to notice, Eddie, the more you do this, the stand-up, you're going to notice some regulars or some people that are doing stand-up, but they use the same jokes every week. I had this guy, he goes like this. So, guys, let me tell you guys something. And so I went to the store and I fell. He said the same shit next week. Guys, I went to the store and I fell. And nobody was laughing. I was laughing because I heard that shit last week.
Because it's the same thing. They found the same thing.
Right. And then he said it again. I went to the store and I fell. And I heard some people in the background. Oh, that's so funny. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought that was fun, but I didn't think that was fun. That has no flavor. That was the same.
Dude, the joke is I went to the store, but I fell.
Yeah, that was it. That was all he said. And then here's another one. I'm gonna give you one more. He said, man, I gotta tell you guys something crazy thing happened to me. Yeah, what happened? So I had sex with this girl, and she said to me that she wanted me to choke her. That's all he says, right? And he says the same shit every day. It's like, bro, like, come on, man, come up with new material.
Dude, is he
This
trying
guy
to do
was
some, like, I don't know. Is he trying to do some like personality disorder type humor? Like he's got a
I
condition or something that's
I
just
don't, dude. But here's the
is he
thing.
playing off of some yeah, because like those are half jokes.
I know, but
And even the bits that he said aren't funny. Or it could be, and you're like, come on. I mean, I'd have to get hip to the angle that he's on. I'd have to hear a whole set from the guy. Like if it's the sum of its parts, if they stack into something bigger. But
here's the thing.
I mean, I think not if, but when the consistency happens with doing stand-ups, I'd probably be really paranoid of, making sure that I got fresh material like all the time.
Right. Yeah,
at least like a new joke a week,
right?
Or
but the same
because comedy's it's all around you. Like I can just sit there and just listen. Mannerism, like what can I pick apart? The observational thing. Like there's so much. There's so much to pick apart, and myself as well. I was also told by a good friend that I need to write a book about my life. So,
I mean, I'll buy it if you make the book. Let me get it. Send it my way, and I'll definitely. I love reading books. That's one of my things. My goal actually this year is to finish 100 books. I already finished 4 books in a month, so that's a pretty good record. And we're talking about books that are like this thick.
Yeah, you just got to go right to. You just got to go right to Infinite Jest.
Yeah. I'm trying to be like the new.
No one knows who the fuck I'm talking about on that.
No, I didn't know who that was.
Well, he died. He was very eccentric. He was from UIC or no, ISU professor. Very, very, very eccentric, kind of tortured professor.
Yeah.
For me, this book is like, boom, and the print, minute. You're like,
oh man,
are you just trying to fucking tell motherfuckers like you're illiterate as fuck? Like,
right.
How am I maybe I got through like 2 pages. I'm like, yawn. But yeah, I'm into, but you're talking to a fucking asshole who like, is into magazines and shit and periodicals and pictures.
Right.
Like I love graphic novels. I love rock and roll band documentaries, like Aerosmith or Van Halen or fucking Motley Crue like that's wicked ass shit. Like it's the most entertaining read I could ever have. Like,
oh yeah.
I need to prove to myself that, I understand like all of Shakespeare's, his volumes of work I have memorized. I think it's good just to know for referencing.
Yeah.
And see, but I mean, everybody rips off every fucking thing anyway. So I don't know. I've never been an avid reader. I mean, I enjoy it, but it takes something very close to what I'm already interested for me to dive into a novel or a book, but I'm writing one. I'm gonna fucking do it. I guess I'm gonna do that too. It's pretty revealing. I'm like everything I'm getting into is another layer of me opening up about different aspects of who I am and in my life, and a lot of stuff tragic, but all of that tragedy is actually pretty goddamn funny. You know what I mean? So, and I've learned. I think the joy that I still have in my body is due to how I was raised and how I was, whether it's from my parents or family or not, able to kind of bottle whatever I've experienced, turn it into something positive. Yeah. And I haven't been perfect with it, but especially these last several years, a lot of life, kind of a lot of toughening up had to happen in these last couple of years for me. So I could be more confident and just less apologetic about shit. So that's where I'm at with that. I've got a lot of creative endeavors, a lot of, some academic endeavors, but I don't think I'll feel complete as a human being if I don't get my master's. because I want to be making that master's money. So wherever I go with this field, it's not like I'm just spinning my wheels and fucking, pissing up a rope. It's like,
But you're not talking about masturbation, right?
No. Pissing up a rope? No.
No, because you said you're trying to get your master's, right? And the first thing popped up in my head was a masturbation. Because that's technically a master's.
That's you, Dave. That's you, buddy. Keep it clean, okay? You son of a bitch.
All right, let's. I'm not sure how much time we have on this thing on the Zoom call because I don't know if they give us a limit. I know they extended our time, but I'm not sure how long they extended it. But let's get this game thing.
This isn't Joe Rogan. We don't have as much time.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure how if they extended it or if it's like till whenever we hang up. So let's do this game show thing and then we'll end the show. We're about 57 minutes in. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff in here, a lot of good stuff.
I hope so. Sorry if I've been rambling, guys.
No problem.
Podcast, keeping it on task. That's why David's got him as a
That's the whole point of podcast, But I just wasn't sure because this is probably like our fourth time using Zoom, and I know for 3 people they have like a limit, but we went over the limit, and I think they're just gonna let us go until we hang up. Thanks, so I think they're probably listening to us. They're like, "Oh, this is a great conversation. We're just gonna ride this out."
Good. So I don't know if the Zoom gods are watching, but thank you if that's a real thing.
Thank you guys.
Right, thank you.
So I have 4 categories, 5 questions each. So one of them is going to be Chicago sports. The other one is going to be USA presidents history. So history of the presidents. And then geography is the third one. And then Nintendo is the last category.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, bring it back to old school. We'll let Eddie go first, and then if you guys get it wrong, like Eddie, if you get it wrong, David can steal your point.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be like your turn, then your turn. So it's gonna be very simple.
Got it.
So right. you got the floor. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 in terms of points, and whichever category.
Okay. Nintendo. What game goes bleep, bloop, bloop, bloop? No, that's not my question. Nintendo. Okay.
So Nintendo. I have 4 questions. So just give me the amount of points you want, and I have a scorecard here.
You gave me a list, didn't you guys, of questions, didn't you?
Oh, well, that was David. That's not part of this trivia.
All right. I'm completely lost. Okay. So I'm doing. What the fuck am I doing? So I'm talking about one of the 4 things you just talked about, but I have to come up with a question?
No. I have the questions. You just have to answer. So you just have to ask how many points do you want and for which category?
Oh.
And there's 4 points for each category.
Okay, so we have...
Or 5 points, sorry.
We have sports, we got Nintendo, we got current events.
It's like geography and then USA presidential history.
Okay, so let's go with USA presidential history for 500, Alex.
5 points. Okay.
I said 500.
I did not. Yeah, we can do hundreds. I did not know this. I didn't really fact check this, but I did see this like online. I was really interested. So this is 5 points, 500 points for the presidents. This president is honored in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh, Jesse the Body Ventura.
No, an actual USA president, an actual president of the United States.
He wasn't president. I'm so sorry. He was a fucking. I think who I'm thinking of was a mayor or governor of. Okay. Wow. A wrestler.
Yeah, Ventura. He was a governor, something like that. Yeah. I was really surprised. I was really shocked to see this. And Eddie, if you get it wrong, I'll give you another chance. If you get it wrong, then David's your turn.
All right, so a wrestler who was a president of the United States at one point.
He's not really a wrestler that we think of, I guess. But he is in the Hall of Fame. He's a president who's in the Hall of Fame for some reason.
For a sport.
This is for president's history.
Okay. Hall of Fame.
Well, I know it already. I'm sorry.
You know this?
Eddie. Yeah, I might have to steal it, Eddie. I'm sorry.
No, do it. Steal it.
George Bush.
Wrong. Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Abraham Lincoln is just He knew about branding before. Man,
I'm looking it up right now. It says Lincoln is enshrined in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. He wasn't quite WWE material, but thanks to his long limbs, he was an accomplished wrestler as a young man. So he was into wrestling, like actual wrestling, like the wrestling.
He was like this.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's actually what the pictures look like. Yeah, it literally looks like that.
That's funny.
Yes, outstanding American in the wrestling National Wrestling Hall of Fame. I don't know where that is, but so David, it's your turn. So I'm gonna take this one out. So the categories again: Chicago sports, president's history, geography, or Nintendo.
Let's go with Nintendo. I want to go for 1,000 points.
Nintendo for 1. All right. Nintendo is founded in which country?
In Japan.
One. Yeah, that's right. So 1 point. Okay, Eddie, your turn.
Yes. Oh. Say it again. My mind went somewhere.
So Chicago sports, president's history, geography, or Nintendo.
Let's go geography.
Okay. How many? 1 to 5.
5.
All right.
Going hard.
This U.S. state has the most active volcanoes.
Hawaii.
That's right. 5 points.
Fuck yeah, bitch. Ooh.
David, your turn.
I got this. Let's go with Nintendo again.
Okay.
For 400.
For 4, okay. This Nintendo franchise was the first to allow players to save story mode.
Super Mario.
Wrong. Eddie, you could steal.
Stealing. Could you repeat the question, Hami?
Yeah. This Nintendo franchise was the first to allow players to save their story mode.
Nintendo franchise.
Yeah, just like and just game. Yeah. Very popular series.
Zelda.
That's right. Zelda's correct. 9 points now.
Fuck yeah, bitch. Yeah, motherfucker. Oh,
9 to 1.
Oh man.
All right.
Black Lives Matter.
Your turn, David.
All right, let's go with geography. Let's go for number 2.
Okay, which state can you find Mount Rushmore?
I think Nevada. I don't know if I'm right.
It's wrong. Eddie?
Stealing, not because I totally know it. I want to say that is Washington.
Wrong. Incorrect. It's South Dakota.
Fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, South Dakota.
Fucking A.
But it's Eddie. It's your turn.
Washington. I'm an idiot. All right. My turn?
Yep.
All right. Let's do sports trivia. 4, 5.
Okay. All right. How many times did the Chicago Blackhawks appear in the Stanley Cup final in the 20th century, in the 1900s? How many times did they make it to the final?
I'm going to say 6.
Not 6, but not too far off. David, do you have a guess?
I got you, brother. Let's bump it up to 2 more, so I'm going to say 9.
Incorrect. It's 10. You're very close, David.
Damn, 10, dude.
It's 10 times. Yeah, they made it like a bunch of times in the 30s, and then they made it once in the 70s, and then once in the 90s.
Oh wow!
So you're okay. So you're combining all of them.
Yeah, just all the just throughout the 1900s.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So it is David's turn.
Okay, let's go for Nintendo and number 3.
Nintendo for 3. Okay, Mario makes his first ever appearance in this game. This is also a Super Smash Bros. Character.
Luigi.
Incorrect. Eddie?
Oh, I know it, but I fucked up.
Can you repeat the question, Tommy?
This Mario makes his first appearance in this game. This is also a Super Smash Bros. Character.
I mean, Super Mario Brothers, right?
No. Because I don't know. I guess I could have worded it better, but Donkey Kong.
Oh, God, damn, where he first fucking appeared. Dude. Wow.
I was gonna say Yoshi. Yoshi.
Yo, that's a good one. But I think Yoshi first appeared in Mario.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, great.
That's a good one.
So Nintendo, we only have 2 and 4.
You managed to find 4 categories I'm a complete fucking buffoon about. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I literally just looked up. I'm like, what kind of category should I pick? And
yeah.
you know, the president's history one was just like, all right, I guess I'll just do that one. And geography too. I was like, fuck it.
Right. Okay. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
You're winning 9-1.
Fuck yeah, son. Okay. Let's do presidential history. Is that the title? See, I can't even remember that. Let's do that for 4. Let's do it for 4.
Okay. The first president to live inside the White House.
Oh, I know this one. Oh. You know it was a white man. I can tell you that. Eddie, I can tell you it was a white man.
For like fucking 400 years. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say TJ, Thomas Jefferson.
Not Thomas Jefferson. Close. Yeah, David?
George Washington.
George Washington. The guy after him, though, and the guy before Thomas Jefferson, John Adams.
Was it?
John Adams. See, I know. There's a really good actor who did a series, John Adams. Italian actor, Paul Giamatti. I think it was Paul Giamatti. Great actor. Anyway, he was friggin' John Adams, and he crushed it. So, it was excellent. It was excellent. But didn't know he lived in the motherfucking White House. Good for you, Mr. Adams.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah. David, your turn.
Still don't like your beer.
Let's go with Nintendo. I have 2 left. Number 2.
Yeah, 2 or 5. Yeah.
Let's do 5. I gotta catch up.
This is a tough one.
All right.
Which MLB team did Nintendo become the majority owner of from 1992 to 2016? They still own this team today.
What's it called? I forgot the name.
Houston Astros?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's incorrect. Not the Astros.
Dang.
Do you have a guess?
All right, repeat that question again. Sorry.
So Nintendo, which MLB team did Nintendo own starting from 1992, and then they sold most of it in 2016, but they still own the team today. They still have some share of it.
God, I definitely watch too much porn. Let's see. MLB team that owned, I don't know.
If you want to guess a city, that's fine too.
All right, great. Detroit.
Not Detroit, Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Still 9-1.
Pretty cutting edge. David, how am I crushing you right now? How am I doing?
Mostly those 2 questions.
But I ain't gonna lie, but I was hungry, so my stomach and brain is
I know. I drank the coffee I drank to prepare is wearing off. It's 9:45 over here. Let's see.
Your turn, Eddie.
All right, let's do geography for 3.
Okay. Which of the following continents intersect with the equator? Ooh. North America, Europe, South America, or Antarctica?
Oh my God.
Oh, I know this one. Pick number 3, my lord.
What continent? You said separates or okay.
It intersects with the equator.
Ooh, I got this one.
North America.
I was gonna say Europe. South America, but you already said intersects with.
That's not a bad guess.
I mean,
Eddie, pick number 2.
Brazil.
Pick number 2, my lord.
Brazil is with South America, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, I think it is in Brazil.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the point. Yeah. It is South America, though. I mean, it seemed like you were leaning there.
I was leaning to South America. I don't know what else to say other than South America.
Yeah, that's correct.
The biggest intersectionality of any continent.
Yeah.
Cool.
12-1.
I mean, was that a legal win though? I kind of was like blah blah blah. Hint hint hint. I don't know. Was that like a good win though?
I'll give you 1 point.
All right, thanks.
10-1. 10-1.
All right. Come on, Dave. Damn it.
Dave, your turn.
All right, let's go geography. Which one? Let's do 2 or 3, whatever I got left.
1 or 4.
Oh no, 4. Let's do 4.
4. Okay. I'm telling you, you can get some of these ones, David. That just takes a couple ones, and then you're back in this thing. How many time zones are in Canada?
3.
Incorrect. Eddie?
4.
Also
wrong. It's 6.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. I had no idea.
I got some reading to do, y'all.
Right. Me too, man.
You know, I realized how illiterate it was when I started playing the game Wordscapes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am fucking illiterate. And then now I'm like, crank anyway. That's my thing. So I got to do the same thing with sports geography and, I don't know, everything academic, apparently.
Right.
All right. So my turn, right? Let's do the presidential thing for 4.
1, 2, or 3. We only have 1, 2, or 3 now.
We're now at 1. Oh, we're knocking them down. Let's do the big 3.
Okay, number 3. This U.S. president appears on the $2 bill.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, I know this one.
I can see the dude's fucking powdered ass wig and white face. I can smell the racism. Just can't see the face just yet. Let's see. How many slave owners? Let's see.
He was a very prominent slave owner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Probably he's like tons of African ghosts because of him. Let's see. $2 bill. Come on. I'm seeing it.
Eddie, if you want, you could just give it to me because you know I need a point.
I'm a little bit competitive. Tom Jefferson. I'm going to go back to Tom
That is
Jefferson.
Correct.
Yeah!
That is correct.
Damn,
I was going to say,
I almost said Adams, dude, and I'm like, no. It's got to be TJ. I know TJ's in there somewhere, and it's a $2 bill.
Not TJ Maxx.
13-1. David, your turn.
Woo! All right, man. Let's go with U.S. history. President.
Okay. 1 or 2?
2. Let's go with 2.
This is the only president to serve more than 2 terms.
Ronald Reagan.
Incorrect. Eddie?
Yeah, I believe that was George Bush Jr.
Incorrect as well. That's it's FDR.
FDR.
Yeah, he had 3 terms.
A real. You said 3 terms.
Yeah. I served more than 2 terms.
And more than 2. You did.
Yeah.
I just, of course, wasn't listening. All right. I've been served.
It's 13-1 still. So you're doing the serving. Looks like. President's history. We have 1 for 1 point. Geography for 1 point. Nintendo for 2 points, and then Chicago sports. We still have 4 of those. So I think it's Eddie's turn.
Let's do Chicago sports for 4.
Okay, name 1 NBA basketball player ahead of Michael Jordan in the all-time scoring list.
Patrick Ewing?
Incorrect. David?
Wait, say the question one more time. I gotta hear it.
Name 1 NBA player ahead of Michael Jordan in the all-time scoring list.
I know. What's my
one of
Magic
them?
Magic Johnson.
Not Magic.
Shit.
Not Magic, but his running mate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is there.
Damn.
Same with, you can also go Karl Malone, LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant.
Wow, got me, man. You got me with that one.
So still 13-1. I mean, there's still an off chance that David can come back and win this. He's got to get all the points though. Eddie, your turn.
You know how stupid I look right now, not getting that last question correct. Because immediately I went to The Last Dance. Oh, Patrick Ewing had a really good with Michael. And then I was in that era and not going, dude. Anyway, fucking motard. Okay, I'm going to try to redeem myself with sports. again?
1, 2, or 3?
Let's do 3.
All right. Before 2005, when did the White Sox win their last World Series?
Oh my God.
I'll give you a hint. It's before 1920.
I was going to say 1910.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, not 1910. David?
I got you. It was 1916.
So close. 1917.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn. No, I mean, this is good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, this is better than getting your GED. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think it might be more practical in the real world in some aspects.
Right.
Definitely gonna make my ass read more shit.
Right.
My dumb old ass. Okay.
I think it's David's turn. Yeah, David's turn.
Do it.
Let's go with Nintendo for 1, I think.
Just last one for Nintendo's 2 points. This is the
2 points,
best-selling Nintendo game of all time.
Damn, it's tough because I'm thinking it's either Street Fighter, Super Mario. It's got to be
Do
one
not
of
guess
those
those.
two.
Do not guess those. It's not those, though.
Okay. Oh, I know
This
it.
is kinda-
Pokemon.
What's that?
Pokemon.
Not Pokemon.
Oh shit! Gotta catch them all.
Any guess, Eddie?
All right, I just got distracted by myself. Repeat that one more time. I'm so sorry.
The best-selling Nintendo game of all time.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna go back to my original flub and say Super Mario Brothers.
Not Super Mario Bros. It's Wii Sports.
Fucking
wow.
Wii Sports. Well, that makes sense because it's like family. I didn't even think
it came like
There's
with
no way
the
I was
Wii.
gonna. There was no way because Wii wasn't in the category of Nintendo.
Yeah.
For me. No idea. But that's great. That's good to know.
You know, real quick fact. I just want to share because I used to work at GameStop. So the Wii Sport, well, actually the Wii system, if you play the Wii Sport, it's actually one of the best things to do in your house to kind of lose weight. It's been proven that you can lose more weight playing Wii Sport than any game console and eating Subway every day.
Are you a spokesman for Jared?
He's replacing him.
I'm not. He got fired, from trying to be R. Kelly Part 2. But,
yeah, I was gonna say, do you have like a sex den in your basement with underage Russian girls and boys?
No, man. I'm not, man. That's not me,
I'm
bro.
afraid I'd have to cut ties with you. I do have some scruples.
No, man, that's not me, man.
We'll edit your parts out. We'll edit everything you said. We'll edit all that stuff out.
Okay. I didn't know. I just thought it made for funny stuff.
I'm saying we'll edit David's stuff out. So David's gonna be. We're gonna completely cancel him out. We're gonna cancel culture and David.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be canceled for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll tell everyone on Twitter. Don't worry, David.
Thanks. I like how I'm getting attacked, man. It's crazy.
Hey,
by
man.
my brown people.
That's what happens when you're a host.
Host
life.
Man. Right.
David, your turn.
All right, let's go with
4 questions left.
Geography, number 1.
All right, geography. What's the largest continent?
I got you, brother. It is. I'm gonna break it down to you. It's United States of America. North America. North America.
North America. It's not North America. Eddie?
Oh God! Say that question again.
Oh, the largest continent. What's the largest continent?
The largest continent in the world?
Yeah.
Africa.
Not Africa. It's Asia.
Oh
yes, shit! Bitch.
I should have watched Tokyo
because it addresses Russia.
Yeah, Russia and China. Like I guess
the big 3.
Yeah. This is Eddie's turn. We have 3 questions left. 2 of them sports. 1 of them U.S. president.
Ooh, what's how much for 1 point U.S. president, right?
Yeah, and then 1 point for Chicago sports, and also 2 points for Chicago sports.
All right, let's just do U.S. president and knock this out.
All right. Hopefully you'll get this one. The first president of the United States.
Wait, say that whole thing again?
The first president of the United States.
The
I already
first
gave you the point.
Well, I mean, I would have to say George Washington unless
That's
somebody...
correct. I already gave you the point, right? I mean, who's not going to get that, I literally did not know what to put for the one-pointer.
You never know. I've said some pretty dumb shit already.
Well, so. I mean, those were kind of educated. I mean, like, I know the Patrick Ewing one was bad, but, like, most of those were, like, educated guesses. So, David, 1 point or 2 points for sports?
Let's go 2.
All right. The Chicago Fire are one of the only few franchises to have won the championship in their inaugural season. What year was that? And here's your hint. The year the Fire won their title was also the year the Bulls won one of their championships.
1996.
Incorrect. Eddie?
1998.
That's right. 1998. 16.
Dude, it was one of the 2. Dude, I was like, I was just like, I took a dive off a fucking cliff and just let it ride. Boy, I'm so glad I saw The Last Dance because I would have never missed.
Yeah. Literally. Last one for Eddie here. How many World Series championships have the Cubs won total?
Ooh, I know this one.
2.
Eddie. Ooh.
Not 2. David?
I got you, brother. It's actually 3.
That's right. It is 3.
Oh, wow.
16-2 with the final score.
Wow.
Good game,
Moving
guys.
Up.
Good game.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Wow.
I want to thank my fans for believing in me.
Right.
Honestly, I was pulling for that comeback, man. When it was like 11-0, and I was like, man, he could still come back and win this.
Right.
Anybody's guess. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like life.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for Eddie for stopping by. We'll definitely have you on maybe before like you do your stand-up and, we can talk about your nerves leading up to it.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be a completely different ball of wacky by then.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Any last words, David, before we sign off?
Thank you so much for having me.
David, anything else?
No, man, I'm really happy, man. Thank you again for coming through. I think this was one of the best episodes, and stay tuned, guys. We'll be back for next episode next week. Peace.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Whenever we record this, you'll see it. We'll share it, whatever. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you around.